car number 52, Scotfield.
Hello, good morning, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this tape. We are here for a very cold Sunday morning here at Winchester Speedway, back after a 2-year absence, much too long. Pennstroke Productions and Midwest's finest video racing series. First up tonight are the Super Stocks. On the pole is car number 05, which I got a story for you on this car a little bit later. That's J.C. Clark. Then it's, let's see, the 52 of Scott Fields, 71 Bruce Kinzer, and the 77, no, that's reversed. The 77 of Bruce Kinzer and the 71 of Johnny Baker. As I look at my cheat sheets. Once again, I said I had a story for you on this 05 car. If we take a look at it, if that car looks a little familiar to you, it's an ex-Indiana State Police vehicle that was wrecked, and J.C. Cook took this car, took it from a 4-door down to a 2-door, and made it into a race car. And it's a kind of strange looking car, but seems to be very fast, as he set a new track record here today. And I can't find my cheat sheet right now to find out what the track records were and what they were reset to. But J.C. Clark, or J.C. Cook, set a new track record in that 05 car. And they pick up the throttle through turns 3 and 4. Flagman Rick Monroe throws the green flag, and we are racing. And as they come past the stripe this time by, it's Scott Fields in the 52 car, your leader, the 05 of J.C. Cook, running in second. Scott Fields, J.C. Cook, 1 and 2. Now Cook, looking low. He gets a run on him down the back straightaway. They're side by side as they come into turns 3 and 4. Both drivers slide just a little bit, but they keep going. And they're still running side by side. Johnny Baker in the 77 machine runs third. Bruce Kinzer is running in fourth in the 71. Still Scott Fields in 52 with the 05 of J.C. Cook running second. Johnny Baker and Bruce Kinzer. As I said before, it's quite a cold day. The car counts are down a little bit, only 4 Super Stocks. And as J.C. Cook, he's got a fender on him and all the way around coming through turn number 4. We got a new leader. It's J.C. Cook in that converted police car, and he wins it. J.C. Cook, your winner. So the converted Indiana State Patrol car wins the first race for the Super Stocks.
J.C. Cook 05, the winner of the first Super Stock heat this afternoon. Stock fours, gentlemen, staged and ready. We need to stop.
Next up will be the Stock 4s on this side of the border in Ohio, called the Mini Stocks. as I said before, the stock 4s or mini stocks are coming up next for their heat race. On the pole is car number 13, Pat Robertson, formerly Pat Turner. Outside her is Amos Goodman in the 3 car.
Watch him to go when the green flag drops. And the back row. On the inside, Jeff Morris.
And I missed the rest of those cars as they went past there. There's the 8 car of Jeff Morris. The 6 car of Kenny Baugh, who also set a new track record here today. 2 track records being reset, one in the stock 4s and one in the super stocks.
He's missing an accident just one time. We'll see another car. He's up at the racetrack now there.
The 11 car of Tim Anderson still on pit road, failing to make the call for this heat race. See the 911 car out there of Rich Clark. Outside of him is the 45 of Eddie Flora, then the 8 of Jeff Morris, and outside of him is the 6, your fast qualifier tonight, or today, excuse me, Kenny Baugh in the 6 car. The stock 4s, let's listen to them as they get ready to start this race.
Well, we got Pat Robertson scheduled to go in a pole in car number 13. Outside of her now is Jimmy Wyman in car number 7. On the inside, Rich Clark, 911, that's row 2, and outside of him, and Flora. Rick Monroe indicating with the white flag.
White flag, one more lap to go, and we will be back to green flag racing. I took a moment there to try to find my cheat sheet on the fast qualifiers and cannot. But suffice to say is Kenny Baugh and J.C. Cook set 2 new track records here today. Tim Anderson in the 11 car has made it out. Also, the 7 car of Jimmy Wymans is there. Now we have the proper lineup. Pat Robertson, Eddie Flora, Jimmy Wymans, the 6 of Kenny Baugh, the 911 of Rich Clark. Outside him, Tim Anderson, and bringing up the tail is the 8 car of Jeff Morris. As they come down the front straightaway this time by, it's the old familiar yellow and red car number 45 of Eddie Flora, your leader, the 6 of Kenny Baugh, and then the 11 of Tim Anderson. Eddie, of course, the track champion last year in the stock 4s here at Winchester, and is quite used to leading races here. In fact, he held the track record until Kenny Baugh reset it here today. It's Eddie Flora, Kenny Baugh, Tim Anderson, your top 3 cars. As Baugh looks down on the inside, down the front straightaway, but he can't quite make it stick going into turn number 1. He tucks it back in right in the back bumper of Eddie Flora. Tim Anderson now looks inside of Kenny Baugh through into turn 3. He'll slide back up into place in the 3rd place. Out of turn 4. Now, Kenny Baugh takes a look inside as they go into turn 3 once again. But Eddie opens up a little bit of a distance between the 2 cars. Eddie Flora, fast Eddie Flora in that car number 45. Again, Kenny Baugh gets a nice run on him coming out of turn number 4, but can't quite do it. They'll finish just that way. Eddie Flora, Kenny Baugh, and Tim Anderson, your top 3 finishers. Once again, your winner, car number 45 from Springfield, Ohio, my side of the border, Fast Eddie Florida. Fast Eddie Flora.
Report to your cars, gentlemen. Let's get them staged and ready.
And as we hear the track announcer, The late models up next. Starter Rick Monroe gives him the 1 lap to go signal as these cars will close up. I'll give you the lineup real quickly here. Car number 32 on your pole. That's Tim Brown. Outside him, the 2 of Kenny Tweedy. Then it's the 31 car of Brian Rivley. Outside of him is the 12 car of Scott Neal. Then it's the 10 of Rick Tomasic, 15 of Rick Ronimus, the 26 car of Rick Turner, a lot of Ricks, and the 45 of Dave Jackson. And bringing up tail, car number 63, former stock Ford driver Jim Crabtree Jr. The late models, let's listen. As they roar down the front straightaway, this time by it's Kenny Tweedy, your leader, car number 12. Scott Neal runs in second. Then it's the 32 of Tim Brown. Brian Reevely looks inside of Tim Brown down the front straightaway, but can't quite get the job done. Rick Rodimus right there in the 15 car. He slides high down the back straightaway. Once again, the 31 car looks slow in turn 4. As Kenny Tweedy in the 2 car, running away with it at the moment. Scott Neal runs second, the 32 car of Tim Brown, and then the 31 of Brian Reevely. Reevely looks inside, down the front straightaway, but he'll have to tuck it back in turn number 1. Now Rick Rodimus looks low down the back straightaway. They're side by side. It's Rodimus on the inside, Reevely on the outside. He pinches it down, but still can't quite make it stick. Brian Reevely inside of the 32 of Tim Brown. He has a slight advantage going into turn 3. Can he hold it? Brian Reevely now runs third in the 31 machine. Scott Neal in second, and still Kenny Tweedy kind of running away with it in that 2 car. Now Reevely looks inside of Scott Neal down the front straightaway. They're side by side into turn number 1 and 2, and now down the back straightaway. It's the 31 car on the inside, the 12 car on the outside. As they come out of turn number 4, they're side by side. And now Scott Neal takes back over that second place position, dropping the 31 car back to the 3rd place position. Now Rick Ronimus inside of the 32 of Tim Brown. Rick Ronimus now runs 4th. And now Brian Reevely runs in the 2nd position. Scott Neal back to 3rd. Rick Ronimus now runs in 4th. Side by side down the front straightaway is the 10 car of Tomasic inside of the 32 of Tim Brown. It's still Kenny Tweedy, Brian Reevely, Scott Neal, and Rick Ronimus. Now, it looks like, I believe that's Tomasic looking inside of Rick Ronimus. As the camera pulls back, we'll take another quick look. And indeed it is. Rick Tomasic now runs in that 4th position, as Brian Reevely inside of your leader. Boy, he caught up to him really fast. Brian Reevely, car number 31, on a tear today. They're side by side down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Side by side all the way around the track. The 31 car on the inside, the 2 car on the outside. Kenny Tweedy still maintains the lead. Brian Reevely now drops back to that second position. He'll let his tires cool off here for about a lap or two, and then he'll go at him once again. Side by side for that 4th position now, Scott Neal and Rick Ronimus, as Brian Reevely goes back on the attack once again to the Kenny Tweedy machine. He's got the slight advantage in turn number 4. They touch. And Brian Reevely, your new leader, Kenny Tweedy, back to second. As Tweedy looks to the inside coming out of turn number 2, but he can't quite make it step. It's Brian Reevely, Kenny Tweedy, your top 2 cars. And in second is Rick Tomasic in the 10 car, and boy, has he caught the leaders really fast. And now Tomasic looks to the inside of the Kenny Tweedy machine. Kenny Tweedy still holds down that second position, but Rick Tomasic is on the charge. Kenny Tweedy smoke from that car as he slows dramatically as he comes out of turn number 2. Kenny Tweedy with problems on the 2 machine. Tomasic now second. Reevely still runs in first. Can Tomasic catch him? We're going to go back in the pack now and look at this battle. As the 26th machine of Rick Turner gets around Scott Neal. Rick Turner on his way up to the front. And there goes your leader, the 32 machine of Brian Reevely. 23 laps now completed of the 35. I guess 20, you could say 23 laps now competed too. They've been out there competing. And Rick Ronimus gets around the Kenny Tweedy machine for that 3rd position. Rick Ronimus now runs 3rd in the 15 car. Kenny Tweedy continues to backpedal through the pack. And now back to your leaders as the 31 car of Reevely has about a 10 car length lead on the 10 of Thomason. And those cars have almost a straightaway lead to Rick Ronimus running in 3rd. 25 laps now complete, 10 more to go for your leader, Brian Reevely. And Brian Reevely, car number 31, still leading it. The 10 of Tomasic in second. .29 laps now complete of the scheduled 35 laps. 5 more laps this time by the stripe. 5 laps to go. For your leader, car number 31, Brian Reevely. Brian Reedley, car number 31, still your leader. Rick Tomasic runs in second. Rick Ronimus in third. 2 more laps to go for your leader, car number 31, Brian Reedley. And the white flag will come out this time by the stripe. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, car number 31, Brian Reevely. Rick Tomasic runs in second. Rick Ronimus in third. And as he comes out of turn number 4, Brian Reevely, your winner. Rick Tomasic. Rick Ronimus. There he is. And I believe that was the 26 car of Rick Turner finishing in 4th, but I'm not sure. It was just a blur that went by. No doubt about your leader, or your winner. Car number 31, Brian Reevely.
As just yesterday, he competed in Martinsville, Virginia, where the Winston Cup cars are running as we speak. He ran yesterday in the All-Pro Series and managed to finish 16th after a car spun in front of him. He was involved in an altercation. It was not his fault. But coming out of Martinsville, fresh off of a good finish with the All-Pro Series, right into Winchester Speedway and a win.
The Super Stock's up next. We're going to reverse the order. It'll be the 77 of Johnny Baker, the 71 of Bruce Kinzer. Then the 52 of Scott Neal and the 05 of J.C. Cook. The Super Stocks.
Super Stocks back.
Johnny Baker, your leader. J.C. Cook runs second. And it looks like Scott Fields has shut it off down the front straightaway. Scott Fields in the 42 car, or the 52 car. Bruce Kinzer in 71 runs third. It's Johnny Baker, J.C. Cook. As Cook looks for a way around. And now J.C. Cook in that cop car. He pulls down to the inside and makes the pass look easy through turns 3 and 4. The 05 car, J.C. Cook, your new leader. J.C. Cook wins it. Johnny Baker runs second, Bruce Kinzer third, and Scott Fields will be credited with the 4th position. So the cop car making a clean sweep of it here tonight. Car number 05, J.C. Cook.
Attention in the pit area, gentlemen. Stock 4, so let's get lined up in the pit area. Stock 4, we need you lined up in pit lane to go racing.
Stock 4 is now 911 Rich Clark. Outside of him, the 45 of Fast Eddie Flora. Then it's the 8 of Jeff Morris. Outside of him, Kenny Ball in the 6 car. Then it's the 11 of Tim Anderson, the 7 of Jimmy Wymans. And bringing up the tail, car number 13, Pat Robertson. I keep wanting to say Pat Turner. And Amos Goodman, car number 3, finally making it out into the track. He'll join the field.
Car number 11, outside of him, Jimmy Wyman, in car number 7. Bringing up the rear, it's Amos Goodman, car number 3. He's on the inside, out 7. Looks like Amos Goodman.
And we should get a green flag this time by the stripe. They pick up the throttle coming out of turn 4. Green flag. Amos Goodman with a problem down the back straightaway. We got a caution.
We'll have a complete restart the next time around, so
and Amos Goodman into the pits. They pull up, pick up the throttle, and we got a car running away with it. That's Eddie Flora. A little bit of jump on the start. I'm sure the caution will come back out, and we'll get them realigned, and we'll get a green flag here in a couple moments. And once again, the start looks a little rough. Rick Monroe, starter, not very happy. This start looks a little bit better. They pick up the throttle this time down the stripe, and the green flag flies, and we are racing. Eddie Flora, your early leader. Rich Clark, Kenny Ball. Jeff Morris, quite an exciting ride into the infield. And he maintains control of that car somehow. Eddie Flora, your leader. Kenny Ball runs in second, and Kenny Ball looking for a way around that 45 car right now. Looks like the 911 car runs in third as Kenny Ball looks inside. Eddie Flora down the front straightaway. It's Eddie Flora. Kenny Ball now looks inside once again down the front straightaway. Jimmy Wyman's side by side for that 4th position. As they've got a good battle going on in the pack, we'll go back up to this lead battle as Kenny Ball keeps looking for a way around Eddie Flora in that 45 car. Going back to that battle back in the pack now, Tim Anderson. Slight advantage down the front straightaway that time by, but Jimmy Wyman's battles back on the outside in turn 1. Now Tim Anderson in 3rd. Jimmy Wyman's back to 4th. Jeff Morris runs in that 5th position. It's Eddie Flora, Kenny Ball. Eddie Flora in the lead. Kenny Ball wants to find a way around but can't quite make it stick. He looks high out of turn number 3 and tries to pick up the momentum. They're side by side down the stripe. And Eddie Flora, car number 45, your winner. Kenny Ball runs 2nd.
Making a real race of it. Well, you know about it, turn 4, as he took the car way high up in the short chute north end.
Once again, your winner, car number 45, Eddie Flora.
Race fans, we're going to take a 10-minute break as we ready up for this NASCAR late model 35-lap feature. A 10-minute break. We'll be back for the grand finale here. 35 laps of door-handle racing. The NASCAR late models will be with us here shortly. So if you want to grab yourself a quick cup of coffee or hot chocolate, we'll be racing here in about 10 minutes. The final event of the day, the 35-lap late model feature event.
And Eddie Flora takes a run over to congratulate Kenny Ball on a nice race. Eddie Flora, car number 45 from Springfield, Ohio, your winner. The late models are next. And your lineup will go something like this. On the pole, car number 26, Rick Turner. Outside of him, the 15 of Rick Ronimus. Then it's the 10 of Rick Tomasic. The 31, your leader or your winner from the earlier feature, Brian Reevely. 45, Dave Jackson. The 2 of Kenny Tweedy. The 12 of Scott Neal, and the 32 of Tim Brown. And I believe the 30 or the 63 of Jim Crabtree Jr. will also be coming out to join the pack.
Listen up, race fans, if you're on into the 50-50 club. The winning number for 50-50 club, check your tickets. 6.
As I said earlier, Jim Crabtree Jr. moving up from the stock 4s up to the late models this year.
9-4 is a winning ticket. You can go down to the table where you bought the ticket and collect your money. 50-50 club winner, one more time, 682-6. 6894. 682-6894.
And a little bit of debris taken care of, and we should get the white flag this time by. Official starter Rick Monroe gives him the white flag, and we'll get the green flag this time by. Green flag flies, and we are racing. They're side by side into turn number 1. Ronimus, car number 15, leads lap number 1. Rick Ronimus, car number 15, your leader. In second is the 31 car of Brian Reevely. Third runs the 26 of Rick Turner. It's Ronimus, Reevely, and now Tomasic puts Turner back a spot. Rick Tomasic runs third, and Rick Turner runs in the 4th position. Now Dave Jackson looks inside the Kenny Tweedy machine down the back straightaway. Dave Jackson, car number 45. He's making his way towards the front, and the 32 car, Tim Brown, now boots in there as Scott Neal goes to the pits in the 12 car. Now Reevely right on the back bumper of your leader, car number 15, Rick Ronimus. Reevely looks inside down the front straightaway, can't quite get the job done. Ronimus, your leader, he slips just a little bit coming out of turn 2. Now Reevely in the 31 car, he looks inside once again. Now Brian Reevely in the 31 machine is your leader. Rick Ronimus runs second, and Rick Tomasic, too many Ricks out there, in the 10 car is running third. See, it's Brian, Rick, and Rick, and Kenny. Dave Jackson looks inside the 32 machine, Tim Brown. Dave Jackson now gets around. He'll set his sights once again on the 2 of Kenny Tweedy. These 3 cars have been battling door handle to door handle about the last 5 laps. Excellent racing going on all over the track. As Dave Jackson now looks inside of Kenny Tweedy. Tweedy slips a little bit coming out of turn 2. They're side by side as they come into turn 4. Now Jackson pulls ahead a little bit. Kenny Tweedy slips as he comes out of turn 2. That kind of by. Dave Jackson gets the spot. We're going to go back up towards the lead now. There's Rick Turner in the 10 machine. He is now in second. Ronimus back to third. And your leader is still 31 of Brian Reevely. Cross flags signify the halfway point for your leader, car number 31, Brian Reevely. Halfway. And the caution comes out. A car in the wall.
The car number 45 of Dave Jackson has that car extremely quick.
And that's the 2 of Kenny Tweedy. Tweedy has slapped the wall hard in turn 3. And as we take a look, the badly battered 2 car. Kenny Tweedy's day is done.
Fortunately, Ken Tweedy okay, and that little altercation down there at the north end of the track. Again, looks like...
And as we see a long stripe of oil dry being put down, as the Kenny Tweedy machine must have blown something before he went into the wall. Brian Reevely is your leader. Rick Tomasic second. Rick Ronimus third. Dave Jackson in the 45 car runs fourth. The 26 of Rick Turner in the 5th place. Green flag. And now we'll see if Reevely has anything on the rest of the field as Rick Tomasic sets his sights on the leader. Rick Ronimus right there, and so is Dave Jackson. Dave Jackson's the one to watch, and he has been consistently moving through this field fairly fast. Dave Jackson looks inside of Rick Ronimus down the back straightaway. Dave Jackson, Rick Ronimus battling for that 3rd position. Now Jackson is in 3rd. Rick Ronimus back to 4th. It's your leader, Brian Reevely. Rick Tomasic seems to be dropping back just a little bit. Brian Reevely seems to have this one in hand at this point. Brian Reevely still your leader. Rick Tomasic runs in 2nd. Dave Jackson still holds down that 3rd position. Brian Reevely, Rick Tomasic, 1 and 2. Now Tomasic closes the gap quite a bit as they come through turns 3 and 4. Rick Tomasic seems to be getting through the corners a little bit better at this point. But does he have enough time to catch the leader, Brian Reevely? And is Reevely just kind of resting just a little bit, taking it easy for these last few laps? 33 laps now complete, 2 more laps to go. White flag next time by the stripe. The leaders go past the slow Jim Crabtree Jr. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, Brian Reevely, as Rick Tomasic is trying to find a way around, and Reevely spins in turn 2. Brian Reevely, car number 31, leading it all the way down to the last lap and then spins in turn 2. Rick Tomasic, car number 10, your winner. I believe Dave Jackson will get second. Beyond that, I don't know. What a finish.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than talented. Rick Tomasic, right place, right time.
From the it ain't over till it's over department,
Contact up there in turn 2, but
your winner, car number 10, Rick Tomasic.
for whatever reason, Brian Reevely, car number 31, the winner of the first 35 laps.
As I said at the top of the show, it is wonderful being back here at Winchester Speedway. I want to thank Roger and Linda Haldeman for inviting us back and allowing us to come here and invade with our video camera and come back to watch the racing here on the high banks of Winchester. The track never disappoints.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big congratulations to Rick Tomasic out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the winner of our second and final 35-lap NASCAR late model feature. And race fans, on behalf of Roger,
For everybody from Penstroke Productions, my wife Kim, my partner Bill Yo, I'm Nate Pennington. We'd like to thank you for purchasing this Penstroke Productions videotape, and keep in mind that not only does Penstroke Productions videotape here at Winchester Speedway, but Killcare Speedway, Killcare Dragway, and Columbus Motor Speedway for the Midwest's finest video racing series, Penstroke Productions. And we'll see you at the track.